Hey everyone, Odd here. Just wanted to give a quick update on something. I've been kind of staying away from this just because, it's just seemed like something that really wasn't of importance. But, I'm still doing my research and stuff into space phenomena as well as paranormal and other things. Not just the war in Ukraine and all that stuff, because I believe it all kind of coincides with the end times. So it is important and imperative and vital to pay attention to all spectrums as it relates to the coming of the Messiah. What I wanted to bring up to you in this video is this new asteroid that was discovered about 8 to 9 months ago. And I've been trying to stay away from it because, it's just it didn't seem like it was going to be a threat. But the more and more I looked into this, and the more loopholes and stuff I started to see in people's stories, it started to intrigue me. So I started to dig a little deeper, and I wanted to show you guys this video. This is just one of many, but in this video you can see the loopholes. Just some in just this one video, not including the articles and everything else that has been talked about over the span of the last 8 to 9 months. But one of the intriguing things about this comet is they're saying it's the biggest comet ever to enter our solar system. And it's going to happen in 2031. And I said, biggest comet ever? Wasn't Comet Neat Me-1 the biggest comet ever? That wasn't classified as the biggest comet ever, but yet it was the size of a small planet or moon, and it crashed into the sun. And as you've seen it hit the sun, this thing was massive. I mean, massive in size. So it kind of makes you wonder, is this thing possibly Planet X, Wormwood, Nemesis, the red star Kachina? Only time will tell, of course, but we do know that it was projected for Planet X or Nemesis to swing into our solar system around 2031, 2039 AD, this year, or this century, or millennia, I should say. And I find it interesting because the trajectory of this thing is going to bring it around the Kuiper region of space, around Uranus and Neptune and all that, and it's going to swing in and allegedly just fly by our solar system and swing way back out, and a million years later come back. Like it's on this extremely long hyperbolic orbit. So, what I find interesting is the Kuiper Belt was created because of allegedly this destroyer of worlds, and ancient Tiamat, which is also known as Phantom, was the original fifth planet in our solar system. And there is stories that there was a war in the heavens between the gods. And there's a lot of eyewitnesses that depicted this and penciled in and carved in hieroglyphics and other things that showed this original fifth planet, and a lot of people worship this fifth planet, um, including the Egyptians. And what's funny about this fifth planet is that it's gone. It is now the asteroid belt, and they believe that Mars was also destroyed when this object came in. Okay, because it hit that planet and the debris pelted Mars, and some of that celestial debris also pummeled Earth and hit the moon. So this was part of a great celestial bombardment. Now, as time has passed, over the past few thousand years or whatever, around 3,000 so years or so, the asteroid belt has calmed and formed a ring. And I don't believe the trajectory is going to be what they say it is. I believe every time it comes in, it gets closer and closer. And first time was the Kuiper Belt, and second time is now the asteroid belt, and the third time is going to be closer. I mean, it's just a hypothesis, of course, but I find it interesting because of all of the misinformation surrounding this object. But yet there is subtle warnings coming from NASA. The DART mission, for instance, they are crashing a satellite into an asteroid in October of this year. And they are looking to hopefully change its trajectory using kinetic energy. If it fails, which it more than likely will, especially given the speed of this object, then they'll go back to the drawing board allegedly and whatever. But the fact that NASA has been running these asteroidal preparedness drills and has been doing all of these things, all these simulations and stuff, really ramping these simulations up, tells me that they know something that we don't, and they're preparing for something. Now, we know that Apophis is going to swing by Earth around 2029 and is allegedly going to hit Earth around 2032. It's going to be so close to Earth that it is possibly going to skip off our atmosphere in 2029. Now, it's possible it could hit us in 2029. But I believe that if it doesn't, it will hit us in 2032 when it comes back through. So it's kind of interesting to me because if this is the alleged Wormwood spoken of in Bible prophecy, if Wormwood is not Chernobyl or nuclear catastrophe, then it would make sense that this great star burning with fire as a mountains cast into the sea. And Isaiah chapter 24 talks about the earth's destruction, and it says that the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard and totter like a hut. Shall be moved out of its place, it shall be flipped upside down. And this is, I believe, referencing a pole shift, but also in part is referencing an impact from outer space. And this impact will cause the entire planet to shake. An earthquake so great that the entire earth shook. Now, this is supposed to happen at the end before the return of Messiah. So we know that Yeshua, or Jesus the Christ, the Messiah, was crucified around 29 AD to around 29 AD to 33 AD within that time frame, given the time that he was born. And he was around 33 years old at the time of his crucifixion and resurrection. When Jesus died, he went into the earth, and he was in the earth, in the belly of the earth, for 2 days. On the third day, he rose. In the epistles of John, it says, 1,000 years is as a year is a day unto the Lord. Jesus will reign for 1,000,000 years. 1,000 years, the millennial reign. So he will reign for 1,000 years during his millennial reign. Meaning that the third day will be his coming in the millennial reign. So at his death, resurrection, in the 40 days he stayed on earth before he ascended back to heaven, began the first day. The end of the first day was in between around 1030 AD, and the beginning of the second day began then, which will end around 2030 AD, and begin the third day. So, given this timeline and time frame, knowing that Jesus will reign for 1,000 years, the millennial reign, or judgment day, the day, a day is 1,000 years, remember, that the saints and all those in whom were with Christ will be gathered together and will be made governors of the earth. This is spoken of in to reign with Christ. This is spoken of in Revelation. Okay, Christ lays out the plan. And I think it's interesting for people to understand that this planet will be governed in righteousness. The true king in which all hearts desire is Christ. They just don't realize it yet. They put all their faith in these fables and Pharisees and Sadducees, political pundits, liars, etc. And they don't understand the severity of the moment and the time frame in which we are in, and the true king in whom they yearn for. It's embedded in them since our creation. And the day will come. And I just found it kind of interesting, so I wanted to bring this up. There's plenty of other stuff going on in space. I'll do a whole nother segment here soon of the other things that I've been looking into. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this to your all's attention. Tell me what you think. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We talk about all kinds of things on here. Also, if you guys are willing to help out the channel, I'm not going to monetize my channel because I don't want to give ads out. I'd rather just get the information to you, be over with. So any support or donations would help as I look to expand and grow this channel again back to the reaches that it was before and even beyond that. And I just wanted to say, I love you guys. God bless you. Leave your comments at the bottom of what you think. And I'll see you all in the next one.